She is called the world's oldest working model. Carmen Dell'Orefice is 92 today. Everyone admires her appearance and activity, but few people know how many difficulties this woman has experienced. Why has she never been lucky in her personal life? And what is the main secret of her eternal youth? Keep watching to discover her incredible secrets. It is believed that a modeling career does not last long. Usually only young girls work on the catwalk or photo shoots, but then they must look for a new job, because after 30 they are allegedly no longer considered young enough to continue working as a model. But all these stereotypes are a thing of the past, thanks to the incredible American top model Carmen Dell'Orefice, who continues to work even at 92. She is considered the model with the longest career in the world. Thanks to this, she even got into the Guinness Book of Records. Carmen appears on the best catwalks in the world and also on the covers of magazines. She inspired many women and proved that ageism is a thing of the past. Today, a woman of any age can be successful in her career and catch the admiring glances of people around her. Isn't this wonderful? At 91, Carmen Dell'Orefice posed topless for New You magazine with 69-year-old model Beverly Johnson. In one of the frames, Carmen lies on the bed in only shorts, clutching a white blanket to her chest. Such a bold move for a woman her age. When asked how she stays young, she says she gives herself the same love and care that she gives her daughter. Men and women should care for themselves and love themselves. One of the secrets to maintaining beauty is doing what you do for a baby, she explained. You nurture and feed babies with love. That's what we should do with ourselves. Nurture ourselves, love ourselves, and give that kind of energy to ourselves. Today, Carmen's life is like a fairy tale. Many women dream of being in her place at 92 years old and looking and feeling great at that age. But few people know that Carmen's life was challenging at times. She was born in 1931 in New York. Her parents were of Hungarian and Italian descent. They were so poor, so the family sometimes didn't have enough food. This is why Carmen was always a skinny child. It's been reported that the young model was so thin that doctors had to give her shots to help start puberty. Working as a model was never her dream. As a child, she studied ballet and dreamed of becoming a world-famous prima ballerina. One day, a 13-year-old girl was on the bus to her next dance lesson, and the wife of photographer Herman Lenshoff noticed her. The young girl's sophisticated appearance fascinated the woman, and she gave her their contact information. At age 15, Carmen signed her first modeling contract and posed for the Vogue magazine cover. The teenage girl was forced to agree to this job to earn at least some money to buy food for her family. She was only paid $7.50 an hour then, but was happy. In addition, she had to forget about her career as a ballerina due to a severe illness, which took away her opportunity to train hard at the bar. Photographer Irving Penn told me to try to breathe as little as possible and don't move, she recalled of her first Vogue shoot. Just sit there. Irving was a really good friend to me. During the day, Carmen worked with fashion trends and posed for magazines, and in the evenings she worked at home. She helped her mother wash sheets and sew clothes. Still, they sometimes didn't have enough money to pay the rent. They had to pawn their sewing machine in the most challenging times to make it to payday. What must it have been like leading such a double life? To be honest, at 14, you don't think that far ahead, she answered. You are just happy that you don't have to go hungry, and I could afford the things that were important to me, but I never dream of diamonds or haute couture. Despite her impressive appearance and seasoned character, Carmen was never lucky in love. The first time she married Bill Miles after 5 years of dating and 3 legal abortions. The couple eventually had a daughter, her only child, Laura. Still, Bill was unfaithful and exploited his wife financially by picking up his wife's modeling agency checks, allowing her only $50 allowance from her earnings, so they divorced. At 28, she married the photographer Richard Hyman, but he left her soon after because he decided he was not ready for marriage or bringing up another man's child. Her husband left her the moment she decided to leave her modeling career. Her third marriage to Richard Kaplan, an architect whom she met in early 1963 and married later that year, fizzled out after 11 years. In addition to 3 husbands, she had many lovers, not all single. Among them were TV stars and multimillionaires. One of her friends, Bernie Madoff, became a scammer who scammed her out of several $1 million. In the 1980s and 1990s, Dell'Orefice lost most of her money in the stock market. She was forced to auction off her famous modeling photographs. At 47 years old, Carmen had to return to the modeling business. The main reason for this was the need for money. Typically, most models retire at this age as they are no longer in demand. But Carmen Dell'Orefice became even more successful than in her youth. She has worked with some of the biggest brands and fashion houses, including Rolex, Jean-Paul Gaultier, and John Galliano, not to mention some of the most renowned photographers of the 21st century. Carmen has always calmly accepted her age-related changes. When I was 40, I was 40. I didn't want to be 20. I've always done my job to mirror the look of that respective year. That is precisely why it has always felt wonderful to stand in front of the camera, explained Dell'Orefice. One day she decided to stop dyeing her hair, allowing it to fade to its natural white. With this, she shocked the fashion world. Supermodel has revealed that her then-husband Richard Kaplan inspired her to do so after angering her by pulling out white hair as they lay in bed together. Carmen was so enraged by Kaplan's insensitive action that she decided to embrace that single white hair and all the others that would come by doing away with hair color altogether. She told the New York Post's Alexa supplement, "He leaned over in bed and he pulled out a white hair. I thought, no, I'm your wife that you love so much, how dare he? So I let my hair grow in." In 2008, Dell'Orefice became the Guinness World Record holder for the person who had the longest career as a catwalk model. Despite going through difficulties, Dell'Orefice never allowed any hurdle to stop her. "I have had more magazine covers in the last 25 years than I have had in my whole elongated career," she shares. "Today I am in a territory that business considers unmarketable, age and white hair. Slowly, however, I started to own that territory little by little because I stood up for age." After divorcing her third husband, she never remarried. However, she always had a busy personal life and continued to have a love life even after 80 years. When she was 83 years old, she stated in an interview, "Of course, I still have a sex life. Why would I give that up? Do I love to breathe? If you have a Rolls-Royce and it is up on wheels, you go in with the key and every now and then turn on the motor to make sure the motor is running. So when you want to drive the car, it is all oiled and ready." Perhaps this is one of the main secrets of her youth and beauty. She continues to love herself and feel young without denying herself pleasures. Of course, she also follows a plant-based diet and constantly moisturizes her skin. However, if she did not feel young, all beauty treatments would be useless. "I moisturize my skin with anything that comes to hand, but nothing on the outside is going to make a blind bit of difference unless you take care of the inside. I drink water with lemon juice in the morning and eat plenty of probiotic yogurt," she said. So, and the big question, has Carmen Dell'Orefice ever considered retirement? No, she answers simply, "I want to enjoy every day of my life and work is a part of that." She wants to live at least 100 years old and continue working. Does her example inspire you? Thanks for watching. Remember to share your thoughts with me. Click like and subscribe. See you next time.